Hey everybody, we're back with more Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Joined once again by our good buddy ChanceEm Gaming.
Hey,
How you doing, ChanceEm?
I'm doing my best. How are you doing, Chrono?
I'm okay. One foot in front of the other. Looking forward to my next day off work.
That's all. I was like, that's all you can do. Just make sure to keep on keeping on.
Yep. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, eventually I'll come before God and get to punch him in the face.
That's what all warriors strive for, I suppose.
Conan! What is best in life? Alright, let's get started.
Alright. Last we left off, we were trying to figure out what my bitch ass was up to.
Probably being a bitch. It was the shadows, right.
Oh, fuck.
I forgot that we hadn't actually finished the shadows.
I forgot too. Holy shit. I'm just like, oh. It's the SMT Floor Masters. Fuck.
Okay, so we know where the gateway back to the light is. What do you got for me? Well, that says something. Well, that's something I expected anyway. Going through shadows is gonna be key at some point.
Mm-hmm. I like how you say that, and then we enter a room and that happens.
Oh, it's a damage floor. Oh, it's a damage floor. I forget what these are weak to.
Well, at least I was gonna say, well, at least if you know you're stuck in damage hell, at least there's some hot women here.
Yeah, I've seen horror. Not even the warrior woman thing. I've seen hot warrior women. Okay, so that's not helpful.
It does make me wonder, though.
What's that?
I was gonna say, if you had to choose one demon from SMT that you would consider to be like peak hot, what would you say?
I'm quite fond of Lanonshi, who doesn't appear in this game.
I was like, wait a second.
Interesting question. Lilium has kind of a demure cuteness to her. I'm not into the whole bondage thing of Angel. Succubus feels really plain, honestly. Oh hey, I found the path upstairs. Now we just have to figure out how to get here
stairs,
without...
cool.
Without being in the shadow world. Yeah, like Lanonshi, like this kind of has a pretty hot thing going on. Well, I think Lanonshi probably.
I like this. I think this is probably more up my alley.
Hmm.
But,
Nice. Oh yeah, I have the Ice Maggot Hammer right now. Oh. Well, that's a death.
well, that was fast. We're like 5 minutes into stream and already died.
Well, you know, that's how it goes with SMT. All it takes is that one battle to just fuck you over.
Speaking of other SMT games, because I was just got reminded of it. The whole thing of the 3DS and like Wii U eShops are gonna be no longer accepting credit cards pretty soon.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll still be able to like buy the eShop credit and apply it that way, but it's one of those things of like, oh boy, I hope there's some good sales coming soon, because I'll need to stock up on a few games. Because unfortunately, I missed out on a lot of the 3DS SMT titles, and I'm willing to buy them digitally. I know I probably need to get a new SD card, because I think I probably went with, like, the smallest one I could at the time for the 3DS. But I definitely need to pick up the others, and sad to say I missed the golden sale where they were all like $10 or less.
Ooh. Yeah, aside from the PS2, like the 3DS is the best console for SMT games in the West. There's got Devil Survivor 1, 2, Strange Journey Redux, Soul Hackers, SMT4, SMT4 Apocalypse. If you're gonna count the Persona game, the Persona Q games, that puts up to, I think, 8.
Yeah, let's see, Devil Survivor 2. Yeah, that does. That would put it up to 8.
There's the elevator.
And then for PS2, you have this, obviously. Digital Devil Saga 1, Digital Devil Saga 2. Devil Summoner 1, Devil Summoner 2, and then if you want to include the Persona games, Persona 3, Persona 4, that's 7 titles. So yeah, PS2 and 3DS are really good systems if you want to get into SMT.
I'd argue with the two of them.
On that,
the PS2 is probably slightly better, mostly because I don't really rate Persona Q.
That's fair. I really don't know a whole lot about Persona Q aside from it's a crossover title.
It's basically Etrian Odyssey with their personalities for the characters. The gameplay's fine, but the characters are just grating because all they have is 2 character traits that they constantly repeat.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Yeah. I played it for like 5 hours and GA would not shut up about eating meat in Kung Fu movies.
Oh dear.
It's funny maybe twice. So in the end,
That reminds me, I've been wanting...
In the end, I just quit and started Etrian Odyssey Untold instead. The only good thing about it was that it got me into the Etrian Odyssey series.
I've been meaning to, I've been wanting to play the Etrian Odyssey series. I actually had some in the past, but I had to sell them off for reasons. My first introduction with it, I found out about it because apparently it has a cameo of Derek Stiles and Angie Thompson from Trauma Center in the first game.
I can believe.
Like, actual, like, name drops and their own character portraits and everything for the game. I was like, well, that's not something I was expecting.
I wonder if it's more obvious than the Skies of Arcadia cameos in Valkyria Chronicles.
I'm not sure, because I haven't really seen the rest of the game. I just saw screenshots of that, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, there's no way past that without going through
But
that shadow.
Valkyria Chronicles is another series. I'm like, I wanted to get into it, and then just didn't.
I know that feeling. I have owned Valkyria Chronicles on, I think, every system.
Wow.
The only reason I don't own it on PS3 anymore is because I had it physically.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I got rid of it. I got the PC version. I think I have it on PS4 and I do have it on Switch. And I have Valkyria Chronicles 2.
He's really...
And I think I did actually buy Valkyria Chronicles 4.
I saw someone recently, in one of the online circles I'm in, they found a copy of Valkyria Chronicles 4 on Switch, used for like $10 recently, and I was like, oh shit. Like, I think that literally I saw it yesterday or the day before. But something that's been on my mind for like the last week or so is the fact of like there's so many great games and great series out there, and like
just hold on a minute, Johnson.
So much. What was that?
Just hold on a minute. We just had a crag raid. Craggle, my buddy.
Yo.
How you doing? Actually get the shout out happen.
That pesky exclamation point.
How you doing, Crag? Did you finish Nocturne? I've not seen you play Nocturne for a while because you were doing the remaster on hard mode. Like glitchy little. I saw Chicken Little the game years ago in shops. I went through the wrong door. Like back when they'd actually have games on display. Yeah, when they have games in the shop, you could play them and stuff. What was the name? What are they like? Display kiosks? I don't know.
Sounds right.
SMT's going. We are currently on 17 deaths.
Yeah, and we died about 8 minutes ago for death number 17.
Ran into a Jin that took advantage of my current fire weakness, which I immediately took care of when we respawned. So how's the Crag crew doing? Let me give a shout out to my buddy who's joining me for this.
Thanks.
ChanceEm Bob Anson. He's also an SMT fan who will be playing SMT soon when I make him play SMT.
Yeah, that will happen soon. I did see that the HD remaster has dropped a little bit in price, so I know I'll probably pick it up before the end of the year.
It is currently on sale on Switch for us. And I debated it, but it's like, I'm going through it on PS2 anyway. I'm not going to play it for at least another 6 months after this. But by then I'll probably drop in price again, plus I'd have to buy the DLC because I don't really care about Raido.
Oh, I appreciate that, Craig.
That Chicken Little go for you, Craggo. I am not paying attention to this fight at all, and it is probably a mistake.
Well, I mean, only your MP is in the yellow, so I think you're okay.
Oh, Daisoji, you are the best.
It's one of those things of like you get either some type of ability or some type of teammate or something early in the game, and it's like you are never leaving my side. You're the MVP that's getting us through all this shit.
I wouldn't say 37 hours was particularly early.
It feels like it's been so much longer that he's been with us for so much longer.
It might have been. 37 hours is just a random number I pulled out.
Fair.
Well, thanks for the raid, Crag. I hope you enjoy your food, man. You take care of yourself. Good to see you.
Thanks for the raid. Make sure to enjoy good food. Gotta make sure you can't hunt demons or any of that type of stuff on an empty stomach after all.
No, this could be bad.
Well, that looked like it could have been bad.
Oh, this could be bad.
That.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh,
yep.
Well. Yeah, that. There we go. That's number 18. All of them just all at once was just like, you know what? Fuck this dude in particular.
Ugh. Hate it when they do that. How you doing, Clem? I don't think we acknowledged you when you came in with the Crag raid. Here we go again.
I'm glad you're doing good, Clem.
Alright, I think I have the pathway laid out. Fuck the exploration and sorting the map out, let's just go with this.
Alright. I know something I was going to mention a moment ago is that I've actually never seen any gameplay or anything of Chicken Little, the game.
I remember, like I say, years ago in like a display kiosk, I remember a character, I remember Chicken Little running towards the camera in a level, kind of like those old Crash Bandicoot levels where he's being chased by something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all I remember. I am going to have to switch my Magatamas again, because I didn't do that before saving.
Whoop. That is something I kind of miss in stores, is the whole, like, game display kiosk, where it has just random demos for you to play. Like, I think the only ones... Oh, fuck! Christ.
Fucking gins. That's 3 deaths tonight, and we're not even half an hour into the stream.
And that's 3 deaths all within about less than 15 minutes at the moment. Because your first death was around the 10-minute mark, and we're about close to 24 minutes in.
Yeah. Hey, Phazon. How you doing?
Oh. Hiya, Phase.
Let's try this again. Switch that Magatama. Nice giving Phazon the shout out, Clem. Check her out, she does good stuff. She streams Resident Evil on the weekends.
But what I was about to say is I think the only ones you really see in stores unless you go to GameStop is the Switch game kiosks. Don't really see game kiosks for any other systems anymore.
Remake Marathon. There's a 1 remake, 2 remake, and 3 remake. I know that feeling.
Oh, damn.
I haven't done that with multiple games, but what I have done it with is longer games in one sitting. Like that time I did all 4 scenarios of OGRE2 in one sitting. And that took
I think it was around the... I think it was around the time that I found your channel, but you were doing like... You did all of Ocarina of Time in one sitting, you did all of the one part of MGS2 in one sitting.
Yeah, I did all of Ocarina of Time in one sitting, that was like 9 hours. All of MGS1 in one sitting, which was about 7.5. All of the plant chapter of MGS2 in one sitting, which was 8 hours, maybe.
I think it was 8 hours, that sounds right to me.
It was absolutely fucking ridiculous. And at some point I want to go back and do that again, and skip all the cutscenes to prove that that was over 50% cutscene. If I can have that game done in under 4 hours, which I know I can, then it was over 50% cutscene.
I feel like that would be a fun way to go through some games, is be like, how much of this game is actually gameplay?
I could give MGS4 shit for that, but MGS2 is probably worse. Hey Aiden, welcome to the stream, buddy. We're playing this on normal. I don't quite hate myself enough to do it on hard right now.
This is also OG PS2 version.
Yeah, classic. You can probably tell because the game doesn't slow down when I attack. The weird thing is, I've heard that the Switch version actually runs fine if you play it undocked. That's right.
Weird.
Thank you for the good luck. We are going for the true demon ending.
Yep. I paid points.
Yep, ChanceEm.
I paid points for Chrono to play this. So I was just like, we're doing true demon ending.
It costs 75,000. Once we're done here in the Amala Temple, we're diving back into the Amala Labyrinth. Going through the Kalpas some more. That should be fun.
Gotta redo the second Kalpa.
Yeah. Might as well get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch. And just punch her. There we go. Alright, what are we doing? Back around again, because I took the wrong door.
I do find it interesting, though, going back to what you just mentioned about SMT HD, or SMT Nocturne HD. The fact that a PS2 game has slowdown on a console that is 2, 3 generations past it?
GameCube, Wii U, Switch.
No, because GameCube was the same generation as PS2.
Yeah, jumping ahead from there. Like, you start GameCube, it's like Wii U, Switch.
Yeah, so 3 generations. Or if you want to be technical, because I know some people are like, boo, Wii U, then at least 2.5.
Yeah, the Wii U is a separate console.
But yeah, it's still weird that it's like, why is there slowdown? You would think the processing would be better, and you would think that, loading and all that would be better.
It's mostly down to bad porting. No.
Alright, I just have to laugh at this Legion for a moment. It's like you punch him, and while he's spinning backwards, he has the thought in his head of like, oh, what if I ask him, what if I give him money so he doesn't kill me?
Oh shit, I might die here.
It's like, yeah, sorry, bud, but no. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's bad porting. The Switch has had a bunch of it, honestly. It's part of the reason why people argue that the Switch isn't a great system, because it's had some really crappy ports. Going back to Resident Evil, like Remake and Zero, pretty crappy ports on Switch. There we go.
Okay, we found the stairs. Oh, hello. I will say one thing that's kind of frustrating with the Switch, because I've been playing it a lot more for the last week. I got my hands on Neo: The World Ends With You. It is very annoying to play it sometimes docked. Especially for an action RPG. And I haven't had this problem with any of the other Switch games I've played. It's only been with Tui for some reason. But it's like every 30 minutes, I get a notification on the screen saying that I have to recalibrate the Joy-Cons.
I never had that issue. Interesting. Like, even when I actually used the Joy-Cons before I said, fuck it, these are awful controllers, and got an actual controller.
Yeah, they are awful controllers. I've learned that heavily over the last week. I've debated going and buying a wired controller or a Pro controller or something, because I'm like, yeah, no, I can't keep this up.
I'd argue the Pro controller isn't worth the price.
Yeah, the Pro controller is really expensive, and it's why I've been like debating leaning towards just a wired controller, because you can get one of those for like 15 USD. Oh, that's not a good way to start this.
That's a bad combination. Oh, she absorbs physical and also casts mute? Huh.
Punchy Boy is not in for a good day, it looks like.
And Susu is not worth anything here. And I would argue Succubus ain't great.
Oh boy.
Let me see. Kushinada had some good stuff, I remember.
Christ. It's just going straight for the Demi-Fiend, like right out the gate. Damn.
Ifrit, Zuzus. Ajinaga? Did I fuse Ifrit? I don't even remember.
I think...
Anyway. I did not, but...
No, I think we got Ifrit. That's double whammy of Nice, hit twice. Love it when that happens. Probably should have hit her with Warcry there to counter the Terrakajas. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, why aren't you using something to counteract that?
It's been a while, okay?
I mean, that's very fair. We haven't streamed this in about 2 weeks. And I apologize, I was unfortunately very sick last week.
Someone's a bitch.
Well, shit.
The worst part about that is everybody was at full health.
I was about to make a joke that it was like me, I'm the bitch. And then I saw what happened, and I was like, oh, no, they're kind of a bigger bitch than I am.
Earthquake. Earth is not an element in this game, so Earthquake would have to be physical, which means Terracotta. What's the problem there?
Whew. That... oh god.
Just throw that down.
You're like, I already know how this is going. Let's just go ahead and skip to the end. Well, shit. That's 4 deaths in 30 minutes.
No, that's an expected death more than anything. Always expect to die at least once on a boss. I call it an analysis run.
That's fair.
Remember, I was doing the same thing in Digital Devil Saga.
You were.
Hey, Mr. Josh.
Josh!
Thank you for the look.
Josh is a cool buddy of Meg and mine.
Well, welcome to the stream.
But yes, thank you so much for the lurk, Josh.
I should have this time. Throw the Magatama on. Through here. Left, right, second. Alright.
I was staying quiet because I didn't want to like throw off your concentration of remembering which doors go where.
That was all good. It was a simple enough thing to remember. God damn it.
Yeah, it looked like you were mainly just going in circles aside from certain areas. But still.
Okay. No, there's basically one loop you do there. That's for the, getting out of the shadows. Okay, well, fuck you then. That Tetra can't work out for you. Alright, let's rework.
Now we're back here.
Rival beat on Succubus.
Definitely need something to counteract the increased physical.
There we go. No curse. So the increased Terracarge is not necessarily a problem. Daisoju has Warcry, which counts as 2 hits of Tarunda.
She also knows physical though, doesn't she?
Yeah. Why I'm going over the thing here. Zanma, not a bad idea. We haven't really used Principality. 15 magic. Mazan's a little too much. Has no magic skills. Remember that was the issue we went over when we used Pazuzu. There's a decent magic stat and absolutely nothing to take advantage of it.
Yep. It's also something that kind of sucks on the Moss skills. Is like, cool, except that's gonna eat through your magic very, very quickly when you're using it on a single enemy.
Valkyrie's not a bad idea. If Earthquake does count as physical, Tetrakarn immediately deals with that issue.
Too bad you couldn't level him up a little bit to get the anti-fizz.
That'd just be for itself, though.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm thinking Principality for Zanma. And Ifrit for Agidine.
Sounds good to me.
And both of them have stuff they can learn from the level ups.
Is Principality's weakness gonna be a problem?
Mind, that's actually a very fair point. Does it count as mind?
That's what I was looking at.
No, it counts as curse.
Okay.
Yeah, so mind.
Yeah, because I saw the
Panic
slash
Charm
mind and I was like, okay.
And Ifrit.
Yeah, because I was concerned because of that mute.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. I do have to say, I like the design of this demon, of Scotty.
She's never really had a role worth paying attention to since this.
I feel like it's just kind of a really nice, simple design, so to speak.
The shadow cloaked in a cape. Possibly her.
But it's still one of those things of like, even though it's simple, it's still unique enough that you see the design and you're like, oh, I know where that's from. Like, you would see her design and like, if you're aware of JRPGs or stuff, you'd be like, oh yeah, SMT.
Yeah. It's a double fog breath. Go down a meditation here. Another Agidine. And another Racket Karja. And another Walker.
Having that null curse really is good.
If she's gonna keep doing it, it effectively steals her turn.
Like, I had forgotten about that part about because of the void that it does effectively steal her turn, so it prevents her from doing anything else.
It did hit her with another walk ride. Would have had to, that's why the MP's as low as it is. Have we really got her in a loop with this?
I think you do. Like, I think maybe if she doesn't get that first attack off, she just is gonna keep trying it.
Unless it hits somebody else.
Yeah.
That's 4 Rakukajas.
That might be the trick of, like, it just keeps looping until it does hit somebody.
Oh, there it is.
Nope. Okay. She's like, okay, fine, I give up.
And let's immediately deal with that. Warcry counts as -2. So her 2 Terrakajas would have taken her up to -2. The Warcry there again took her back down to -4. And my only issue right now is the Rakukaja she threw out that I don't have any way of dealing with right now. Not a big deal, it's just going to slow things down. As
Interesting.
there's the problem when it starts feeling too easy. Throwing those Rakukajas back.
Oh. This could be a problem turn. Or not. At least she did that on her second turn and not, like, on her 5th turn.
I think it worked as a double loss. This Void only removes 2. But we voided.
But they
and
were all
somebody
half
dodged.
turns.
Does half turn count like that?
I'm not sure, but it could have just been a double on top of it, because like you said, it was like you had the void and you had the dodge. On top of the fact that they were half turns.
The awkward thing is, I feel like those are both wrong.
Well, let's see what happens this time.
No, Void just took it all away.
It was the void. It was the void.
But we're not playing Final Fantasy V. I have a Battle on the Big Bridge stuck in my head for like last week.
It's been a while since I've heard that song. I need to check it out again. Because I can't recall it immediately off the top of my head. The older Final Fantasy.
It has a weird opening that feels like it's kind of just going all over the place. And then it really starts to hit and it gets really good.
The older Final Fantasies before Final Fantasy VI are hard for me to remember because while I've listened to the soundtracks for them, I have not played 1 through 5.
You should definitely play 5.
The farthest back the farthest back I've played so far is 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, a little bit of 12, beat 13, and that's about it for me at the moment.
On stream, I've beaten 7 twice, I've beaten 8, and I have beat 13. That's just on stream, though. get that prayer off.
You see, a lot of people grew up with Final Fantasy. I actually grew up with Dragon Quest. Or should I say Dragon Warrior.
Well, we didn't get Dragon Quest until Dragon Quest 8.
I actually have a complete in-box copy of Dragon Quest 4. Yeah, Dragon Quest 4 on the NES. And I actually looked up how much that goes for recently, and I was like, holy shit.
I'd appreciate it if you die sometime
like the retro
soon. There we go.
You talking to me or talking to... Oh, there goes Scotty.
No, your time comes later.
Ah, damn. Gotta write up a will. Be like, make sure Chrono does not get any of my games. But yeah, like the retro game market is insane as far as like the prices. Holy shit.
Do I need Diaharon?
What other healing skills do your other teammates have?
Well, we have...
I mean, it's not like you can check right now, but...
Well, we have Daisoju with, Rare, which is a full party heal with removal of status ailments. You know what? No, Diaharon want to keep, because Diaharon is a guaranteed full heal. And because of how low our magic stat is, anything below the guaranteed full heal is not great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
We talked before about how
Thanks,
PS2 games are getting more expensive.
Yeah, it's the thing of like, I feel like every time I see someone label PS2 and GameCube and Xbox One as retro gaming, I feel like I take psychic damage. Because I'm just like, how? It's like, why?
Old.
Why is that now? It's like, why is that 20 years old, though? Nice work. Looks like the seals have been broken. While I'm at it, I'll show you the moment my reason is conceived.
I know, man. Sounds like a very personal moment that you should really only be sharing with your partner.
Come outside. Like, I know I said that I was gonna be, like, the one to let Osamu have my name, but I'm just like, bro, you're kind of weirding me out.
Oh yes, that's what he's like.
So instead of letting his drill pierce the heavens, it's pierced the ground.
It's fine, lots of guys have that problem. You don't have to go all the way in. Yeah, let's get out.
Alright. I gotta find out what I'm up to, what nonsense I'm doing with upside down pyramids over here.
Fuck off. That's fine, I was going to remove him from the party anyway.
I'm just trying to do it for you a little bit early.
But let me go back to what I was actually trying to do and wanted an ice skill, which is why I had miasma. And return Principality in E3 and get Pazuzu and Succubus. You said come inside, but this thing doesn't have a door.
Will you enter? Yes. How do I enter, though?
Oh, this looks concerning.
Quit complaining. This is the last job I have for you. Oh, yeah, this looks just a little concerning.
Yeah, who the fuck said I was going to do any jobs for you? You've had me running around like errand boy while you've done fuck all.
You can rest as long as you want after you're done.
Yeah, that sounds like fighting words.
Let me take a sip of water real quick.
Oh, is ChanceEm talking to himself now again?
I hate this. Katsui makes my body itch all over. Let's just get this over with. I need my beauty sleep.
Interesting how calm you are, considering you're supposed to be the most powerless person in the room.
Well, what can I say? We all serve a purpose. You guys are the stepping stones.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say not a fan of your tats. They're not as cool as mine.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, they're... weird moving tats. It's a tough job, but somebody's gotta do it, right?
Yeah, and let me guess, it can't be you.
Thanks for all the trouble you've gone through, Satoshi. The Magatsui those powerful demons were hoarding is now mine. It's enough to bring my reason, Tsui, into being.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna call your reason Neku. Yeah, I'm gonna say stop this, or you're gonna get 5 in the eyes.
Why do you always have to be such a goody two-shoes? You think you know everything.
No, I know nothing, but I'm the only one here with the balls to admit it.
Listen, I'm not the one who came up with this idea. He did. Of course, he planned to use the Magatsui himself. And it would have been you or me hanging up there. Yeah, I came up with the plan, but that doesn't mean I would have carried it out. Oh, I'm sure you would have. In a world like this, one life doesn't amount to much.
In a world like this, where there's barely any life, one of my life amounts to way more than it used to.
You said that, remember? It doesn't matter what I say now, does it? It'll just sound like an excuse to you. So, go ahead and do whatever it is you're gonna do. Most things that are worthwhile require some sort of sacrifice. I've made many sacrifices in my lifetime, but I've always followed the path that I believe in.
Yeah, fighting's the only thing I'm good at.
Just remember, you'll pay a high price for following that path. Don't worry. Like you said, It's my decision. I'm the one in charge here.
You sure about that?
Pay attention, Satoshi. This is what happens when you cross the true master of Amala.
Really are blind, aren't you?
I mean, I'm like half blind in one eye.
You've met the true master of Amala, it isn't you.
Okay, it's time to say goodbye. Soon, you'll have all the rest you could ever want.
And if you were the true master of Amala, you would have seen deep enough into the labyrinth to know that.
Try your best, kid. Rip. Well, it was fun, Frank. Goodbye, Frank. Perfect. With this much Magatsui, there won't be any problem.
I think you're missing something.
My god will emerge from the infinite space beyond the Amala network. He is outside of the flow of time, a being without a name. He is the god of absolute solitude.
He's a bitch.
But it might be inconvenient for him to remain nameless.
Okay, so we'll give him a name befitting as such. We'll call him Emo.
Let's see. A drifting god. How about Noah?
How about you stick it at your ass, you pretentious prick?
Come forth, Noah. Oh. You're a tardigrade. A little water bear. What do you think of my god, Satoshi? Awesome, huh?
Not the word I would have used.
The world of Masubi will soon be here. No longer will people be able to interfere with each other's lives. Everyone will be happy.
Yeah, if everyone's dead, there'll be no more sadness. I've heard this shit before.
That was something.
Yep. Oh, that's not good. Sakusa, huh?
No, all the different gods and reasons and all that are appearing now.
We're approaching
Also,
Zenith.
I feel like... Should we pour one out for Frank F. Johnson?
No. Hey, how you doing, Sana?
Hey, Sina.
Asakusa. Hmm. Yeah, that's what you get for playing multiplayer. You'd always be playing single-player games like us and, you know, just raging at those.
Raging at either the game being stupid or our own incompetence.
Let me see. I could get rid of a couple of these. Ladies. Little column A, little column B. Alright, so Chance has conceived his reason and summoned his god to fulfill it. Looks like I is going to do the same very soon, Asakusa. And it becomes a question of what's Asakusa to allow her to do that. The mannequins. But beyond that, Futamimi's cave, where he's been having his premonitions. Why is that place special?
His cave where he's basically been like holding himself up in there.
Pretty much.
And like any attempt to go in there earlier, he was like, "No, get the fuck out."
Get the fuck. Gog magog. Weak to fire, but like a nullifying physical ice and death is not bad. Ooh, Shikioji.
Ooh.
And Phantom doesn't have anything worth having either. And they're both weak to fire.
Cool demons here.
I was like, what's Tao Tai? It's like, oh, it's that thing.
Yeah, but we're not high enough level for it yet.
Nah, I don't really care. I don't want to get rid of Kushinada if you use it with a Legion. Okay, you know what? I want Tetracon on that.
And now we play the game of constantly redoing this until we get the skills that we want.
The question becomes, can we have Tetracon? Yep, there we go. Tetracon.
Nice.
Got my life into pieces. This is my Tetracon. Hey, Emily! Thank you for the lurk, Emily. Hope you're doing okay. Now we see. Beanie doesn't have anything.
Hello. This does bring up a question, though, because it's something that's been on my mind for the last week. Things that you consider to be quality of life changes. Whether for sequels in a series, or for ports, or remasters, or whatever. The HD version of this has the ability that when you fuse, you're able to choose what skills instead of having to do the constant just reload, correct?
Yeah, we discussed that previously. What about it?
I forgot if we had discussed it or not.
Oh, we did.
It was one of those things of like
the HD version.
No, it's just a thought of like certain aspects to the game. Like, do you sit there and go, "Oh yes, I actually really enjoy it," or are you the type of being like, "No, I actually like being able to hit my head against a wall and having to constantly refresh this"?
No, there's no benefit to refreshing this over just letting you choose your skills. The reason why we didn't complain when they put it in Persona 4 Golden or Devil Survivor Overclocked. It's the same thing as we compared it previously to like Fire Emblem, and Fire Emblem since Awakening having the option for casual difficulty, which means if a character dies in battle, they're not permadead. They're just dead for the rest of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And my opinion of that being basically it just cuts out the middleman. Because all we were doing was saving the game between battles. If the character died in battle, then so that's what I do anyway.
Yeah, the only I was about to say SMT. The only Fire Emblem I've played is Awakening. So all I know is the casual mode, because at the time I was just like, I'm gonna just go casual because fuck that nonsense.
Yeah, it cuts out the middleman, the tediousness of it. If you want to go with permadeath, that's fine. It is still there for you, but getting snobby over it is stupid. Although, again, like we've said in the past, I think Phoenix mode, which Fates introduces, is just dumb.
I can't remember what that is.
Character goes down in battle, and a few turns later they'll just be back.
Oh yeah, that is kind of.
That removes consequence. It's like if you want a game to be easier, fine. That's what easy mode is for.
Bringing this up though, I just remembered a boss I had at a game store I worked at like a decade ago, around the time that Persona 3 came out. I remember she made a comment about how much she hated the fact that you could control the party members.
In what game?
I think it was Persona 3 Portable.
Yeah, because that is a quality of life improvement they made with Portable.
Mm-hmm. That she said that she felt she had more fun when the characters were just doing like whatever the hell they were doing.
No, it's not more fun, it's just irritating. Generally, like, I went through Persona 4 first, and pretty interesting. The way I did Persona 4 was up until a boss, the characters would be allowed to do whatever they wanted to do. And they were usually decent at it, but then maybe second or third dungeon, I stopped doing that and just took control of them permanently because every decision started to matter more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after about the third dungeon in Persona 4, strategy becomes so much more important. Also, the city is silent.
One's causing shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, buddy, we got you on our team now. Our paper pal doesn't like fire.
And I only have one person with fire.
Well, he's gone, so that's good.
But yeah, Persona 3 Portable, I have heard the argument that it's too easy because the game isn't balanced for you being able to take control. Which says to me that that's really dumb. Like, oh, the game's balanced for the AI purposely fucking you over. Sophia...
Oh, we can finally get some of these other Magatamas.
Yeah, we can only afford 2. Let's see. Physical...
I feel like...
I can't get a look at what they do.
Well, the thing here is that regardless of which 2 you get, you will only be able to afford the Kamarogi as the second option, regardless.
Yeah. Let's go with Vimana then, because I don't want to wipe out all of my funds just in case.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, how you doing, buddy? What did I just get? Weak to magic, that's not help. That's gonna get me killed.
Yeah. What's the other one, though?
Null's Nerve. That isn't bad. Endure's a good ability to have.
Oh.
You know what Endure is?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the one of, like, if you take, like, a huge hit, you'll still be able to survive with 1 HP?
Yeah. That's a good ability to have on the main
That is a
character.
really good ability. Mm-hmm.
They really need a nice spell. We'll stick with this for now. It's not bad. Weak to all magic, though, is not good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work
That'll
to
be
master
one of those
those,
things
but
of...
fucking hell.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a pain to master. And, like, the thing that I think of is, like, I feel like you need to go to, like, a lower level area to master that one.
Yeah, and that's just gonna take longer to do.
Mm-hmm.
Best bet would be to try and find somewhere where the enemies specialise in physical. Really, Pazuzu? Really? Anyway.
Oh, at least he avoided that attack. I'm trying to think about all the areas we've been to. It's like, where would be the enemies that would probably focus more on physical? Would that be around, like, the Mantra headquarters?
I don't know. They had the Oni there, but, like, those levels are way lower.
Mm-hmm. It's like, that'd be one of those things of, like, if you go too low, it's gonna take forever to actually level it.
I think at this point it's going to take forever anyway. We're really going to have the issue of, like, we're starting to get a much higher level now than a lot of places that we could go to grind.
Mm-hmm.
So grinding to master the Magatamas is going to be a pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's for later, though. As it is, we may just have to keep pushing forward with it. And maybe try and master it as we go. They always want to be quick with a Maggot Samurai I haven't learned anything with. Haven't learned everything
with. It might be a thing if as we go along, if we just end up finding an area that's primarily physical focused, like just switch to that at the time.
I have to try and remember
it.
Okay, so let's hit this. I also want to actually reevaluate my team because this team isn't. The Zuzu's entirely physical and Succubus doesn't have much. So we don't really have a lot going on magically. Principality, not necessarily bad. I guess Principality and Ifrit. Ifrit? Akakasha's not a bad one to learn. Even if that's all we get from...
It'd be good to put him on the...
What was that?
I was gonna say, good to put him on the party so that he can at least get the more experience for it.
Yeah. There's if we only learn one thing with him, and it's Makakaja, that's still good.
Yeah, and as far as fusing him with somebody else, he doesn't have a whole lot of skills, so it's not like it would be harder to randomize his skills, you know?
I don't think that actually matters how many there is. It'll just run between the one skill. You saw how many times we had to do it just to get Tetracard for Shikioji. There were 4 skills in the pool at that point. It just kept coming up with the same 2.
Oof. That's kind of a dead mannequin.
Oh, this one's alive.
Oh, at least somebody's alive. Ooh, he looks kind of... Not sure how much longer he'll be alive, but he's alive.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Some Weetabix. There it is. I thought these guys would probably have counter skill.
So they would be, well, I was like, oh, physical, and then it's like fire breath. It's like,
yeah, finding anybody that's purely physical is just.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one that's kind of annoying.
Just have to deal with it the same way we deal with everything else. Try and compensate with others. It's actually a fair point. I forgot, this place was actually a safe place. Like one of the only areas in the game where we didn't actually fight demons.
Yep.
For that.
Nowhere in the world is safe, it seems.
And who'd have guessed it's the people who caused it? It's nice to have a dying skin. I feel like that's way overdue. I mean, I've got my dying level punches, but still.
Having an actual dying magic is different.
Yeah. Oh, that laugh was stock as fuck.
Meanwhile, I didn't hear it because I have, I don't hear the audio unless I turn it up on stream.
Have you ever played Einhander?
No, but I've seen bits from it.
The opening level of that game has a billboard you go past, and as you go past it, there's a weird laugh that happens. And it was that exact laugh.
Weird.
Einhander's really good. Like, it's a shame that Square didn't make it available for repurchase. It's on the Japanese PSN, and that's it. From that time when Square was being really experimental with their stuff. Like, they put out Shido Blade, Tobo #1, Parasite Eve. Like, they were just being really experimental with the stuff they were doing. And they put out Einhander, which was a shmup. And it's a pretty good one, honestly. Would I argue it's better than R-Type?
I feel like
Delta.
I feel like with gaming, at least with like big companies, there's a lot less experimentation and stuff these days.
I think just in general, in gaming, there's less experimentation. And I think it's down to the cost of games. I think Square's starting to get back into it because Octopath Traveler happened, sold well. Although I'd say like Octopath Traveler was an experiment. What's coming out of it is less of an experiment. But yeah, no, let's just remake Dragon Quest 3 in this style. It just looks kind of like it.
It's like, okay, cool.
Honestly, that trailer came out and I thought to myself, like, wow, this looks worse than the Super Famicom version. I feel like the art design doesn't work in this way. Like, if you're going to make a whole new game with this design, cool, you can make it work. I don't think Dragon Quest 3 does. And they're going to keep Dragon Quest 3's entire layout very faithful to its original form, rather than rework it to work with the new engine. Meanwhile, Project Triangle Strategy looks way better, because it's an original game on the engine. God damn it.
Oh, that's something else that also like came to mind recently about the whole thing of like how many games are coming out that are being remasters or ports of older games.
That's been a thing for a very long time now. It kind of died down for a while, but you got to remember that like a lot of the early PS4, Xbox 3, Xbox One generation was just definitive versions of games from the previous generation.
But yeah, it very much is the thing of like, of all the games they could choose to remaster, like some stuff just kind of surprises me. Like, I'm thinking of it in the perspective of like, I guess, archival, or a sense of like people being able to play games that were harder to actually get.
Which is part of the reason why we were happy Nocturne HD happened and why we hope that DDS remaster will happen. Those games are pricey. On the mall physically.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful to have my copy of DDS1 and DDS2, but my copy of DDS2 has a scratch disc, So, you know, please. But, I'm surprised that there aren't... If they're gonna be, like, remaking games or porting games or anything like that, I'm surprised that they don't focus more on games in the past that were, like, stuck on handheld titles.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we just can't get to because of the handheld stuff. It'd be nice if we could get some more 3DS stuff on Switch.
3DS or even original DS. Or, you know, GameCube.
GameCube would be nice.
Nintendo, have you seen the prices of Path of Radiance? Have you realized how much money you're losing out on?
Yeah, Nintendo's never cared about that, let's be fair.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like, hey, check out the prices
really
of the NES Minis and the Super Nintendo Minis and all these amiibos that they won't re-release.
I needed them to release the amiibos. But even then, like, in regards of the amiibos, like... It makes me laugh because of the secondhand market making the bootleg NFC amiibos. And I'm surprised that Nintendo hasn't done something in that regard as well. Like, they could have released, like, card amiibos and actual figure amiibos.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised, like, they basically were just like, nah, we're just gonna do cards for Animal Crossing.
I'm really sick of Nintendo locking features of games behind the amiibos.
I'm very tired of that as well.
It's like, you kind of hope they'd stop doing it, and then Skyward Sword HD is like, yeah, you want to fast travel? Get the premium amiibo.
Get the amiibo. And it's funny that's a thing, because, like, the GameStop I went to pick up Skyward Sword HD, they were like, yeah, we didn't even get any Joy-Cons or amiibos for anyone who pre-ordered them. Like, wow, that sucks.
Like, why are people Nintendo fans again? Why do people defend this shit? And people have got to recognize Nintendo is not a consumer-friendly company.
I feel like as far as Nintendo, it kind of just falls back on the thing of, like, nostalgia and the thought of how, like, they were the cool people growing up, and now they're just like, yeah, no, we're not consumer friendly, y'all.
See, I'd argue that with
it's
Sega
like we are a company.
Specifically. Like, why Sonic's still a thing? Nostalgia, and it was the cool thing once.
Because, you know, Sonic is way past cool. But...
way past it, right. With Nintendo, like, Nintendo will put out good games. You know, which is something Sega is way less consistent with, let's be fair. Not everything Sega puts out is Yakuza, after all. Like, Nintendo will put out good games, and they hold a lot of series that people have nostalgia for. And so people give them major passes for everything. God damn it. Oh, that didn't help.
Oh, that was a little painful. Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have an angel in your party against someone who's going to cast Curse.
I forgot that that was that death.
Okay, it just voids
weakness. Both. It's like, yeah, no, that does not work.
At some point, that's going to stop missing. There we go, jeez. Yeah, Principality's basically done anyway. For some reason it got like 4 skills last time it leveled up, and I don't actually know why that was.
It was just binarily painful, but... I did.
I guess put Shikioji in there ourselves.
It's like, hey, we've been fighting all your friends.
But yeah, Nintendo gets away with a lot more than any other company would. And it's endlessly frustrating. Yeah, let's be fair, if you didn't expect a group of demons to come in and kill you all at some point, you were kind of naive.
We have our safe town. We are safe. That's why it's called a safe town. Meanwhile, demons are just like, hey, we figured out how to open a door.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool, what made it safe? Thoughts and prayers. Okay. Have you heard of Fists?
I was about to say, oh, Asakusa has the American approach.
Hmm. Of course, only one person has guns out here.
That would be the main character.
Oh no, these are just talking about Dante.
I mean, I was talking about, like, you know, muscle gun.
Yeah, I get that, but like
you gotta have
guns.
muscle to throw the punch.
There's no actual guns. There's like Dante's got guns.
Oh yeah, Dante. He's over there somewhere.
Yeah, Dante's around somewhere.
I haven't seen him for a while.
I haven't seen him in like 30 hours.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it's sunny in Asakusa, so it's just like sun's out, guns out, you know? The tattoos are only a minor excuse for why the main character doesn't wear a shirt anymore.
Still pale as hell, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume Kagetsuchi doesn't give off UV radiation.
It's like, even without the tattoos, the kid's like glowing in the dark on his own.
Almost there. We'll make it eventually. Nice double crit. Actually, a fair point. The next Fiend should become available soon. That's gonna be fucking worrying. It's been a while since we've dealt with a Fiend.
Oh boy. The next Fiend would be the start of
the Riders.
Oh! Yeah. Hey, Teak.
How you doing, Teak?
And I feel like we basically are living on a prayer because of Daisochu's prayer ability.
Awesome, get in the pack.
It's like, cool, bird. Tosses behind everyone else.
Birdie. Birdie, birdie.
Bird.
Tiger. I am a great magician. Your clothes are red.
Oh. Well, it looks like this is a little bit of a problem.
Nah, that's cool. I didn't care about any of these people anyway.
He like just goes up to one of them and it's like, hey, you okay, buddy?
Say nothing if you want me to have your shoes. Ah, yeah, bring that classic theme back. Oh no, mannequins with knives. Whatever will I do?
Oh, we're fighting. Oh wait, would this be a good time to put on that like one Magatama? I feel like mannequins with knives aren't going to be fighting with magic.
Not yet. Because we're
oh my god, it's a kid with a knife.
What do you got there? A knife? No!
No! But...
No, we are getting 6 experience from killing 3 of them at a time.
Oh god. Think of the children, but the children have knives.
Think of how to best take down the children. Systematically eliminate them one by one. Oh, thank God. It's just childish demons now. Totally okay to punch these things in the face. You held this, you adorable little bastard.
It's okay to punch adorable children demons, but not actual, like, children mannequins.
You know Fallout 2 lets you kill kids?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, in the UK release, they actually made all the children invisible to try and counter that.
It's like, oh god, the kids are invisible.
It creates a problem because there's one town in the game where the children are all pickpockets.
Oh my god.
But in the UK version, they're invisible, so stuff will just start disappearing out of your inventory.
That's kind of amazing.
There's also the weird thing with the European version of Silent Hill, which you might remember from when we did Silent Hill last year. The European version replaces the child enemies that attack you at the start of the game with the ones from later in the... I think? Like, the ones that you find in the actual... in the US version don't actually appear in the European version. They were removed and replaced. Went underground.
Whee! Magical Sonic Tunnel. Gotta get all those coins.
Okay, it's done.
Congratulations, you found the Chaos Emerald.
Congratulations, you would have found the Chaos Emerald, but you were playing with Tails and no second player, so you lost like 30 rings when Tails didn't jump right.
Fuck.
I fucking hate Sonic 2 special stages. They are so not well designed. Alright, it's been long enough that I don't even remember what was going on here.
Yeah, time to... You totally just phased through the floor. I love that.
It's my prerogative as demi-fiend.
He jumped at it at an awkward angle, and it was just like, your model just phased through the floor. No worries.
Oh, yeah, this was the SMT2 reference. Was it 2 or was it 1? I don't even remember. At some point I would actually really like to do SMT 1 and 2 on stream. It'll be a decision I'll regret, but you know, it'd be cool.
I mean... Oh, you took the point redemption off, so I can't even redeem for it.
Yeah, all the game redemptions are gone right now. You know, this is a pretty hype battle theme. That wasn't hype damage numbers.
Well, it's been like 20 hours at least since we've been here, so hopefully this area will be a little bit easier.
The area itself wasn't really the issue, it was the Cursed Corridor, which is designed with enemies that are much stronger for you to deal with anyway. Adder. Yeah, if I remember rightly, like, this isn't actually a reference to the pre-conception world, it's a reference to a previous SMT. Like, you've got the Cult of Gaia, which was the mantra before the conception. But the Order of the Messiah isn't a thing in this game.
Well, from an earlier cutscene coming into the Kaplas, or the Kalpas, I'm still getting mixed up on like what's the actual name of it. But in one of the cutscenes coming into it, we had the whole showing of how like SMT is basically a huge multiverse.
That's an idea they do bring back in one of the DLCs for Apocalypse. One of the DLC quests brings in the 4 heroes from the previous games. Hero, Aleph, Demi-Fiend, and Flynn. The idea is they come from alternate universes where they fell in their last battles. Something like that.
Now that's an idea that I feel isn't visited often, is the idea of what if there's a time where like the main character doesn't actually win.
Well, it's something Zelda has apparently done since Hyrule Historia confirmed it, but they've never really gone into how any of that works. Like, oh yeah, no, Link lost to Ganon in Ocarina of Time and that led to a Link to the Past. Cool, do you want to elaborate on that? No.
I mean, very true. Like, when I was saying that, I was thinking of Hyrule Historia, but the problem I have with that is that Zelda's very specifically... Zelda's timeline is very weirdly specific. So the fact that only one game splits in the event that Link dies is like, okay, why doesn't the potential death cause a split for any of the other games?
And then Breath of the Wild came out,
because like I
couldn't fit on any of the timelines. And then they came out and said, no, it's at the end of the timelines when they all reconverge. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's just stop this.
Yeah. I feel like the whole, like, in the event that the main character dies is an idea that's really cool, but it only really works in the situation of when you don't have a defined timeline, but more sort of a multi kind of timeline, if that makes sense.
Speaking of, Chrono
we have
Trigger
all these different
soon.
points that can happen. Let's see, because it's bullshit. Yeah, see? I feel that, Teak.
I think the best way to approach Zelda is just not care. And the only thing that really caught my notice with Breath of the Wild was the Koroks and Rita were there, but so was Zora.
Yeah, which is a whole other thing of like, wait.
Yeah, like I say, like, don't care.
Like, there's some things that it's like, okay, it's really cool to get into the lore of this, but sometimes you really just need to shut your brain off.
Yep. So, you're going to be looking for the lore connections in SMT5 then?
Regrettably. Because I feel like if I'm playing a game in a series I love, I have to look for the lore connections. Even though I just was like, sometimes you have to turn your brain off. It's like, so are you gonna turn your own brain off? No.
Is the plot twist that SMT5 is actually SMT3 Apocalypse? No, I'm not really fond of the name Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, but it's at least a little clearer than the Japanese name, which was Shin Megami Tensei 4 Final.
I didn't know it had a different name in Japanese.
Yeah, it was announced as SMT4 Final, which just sounds like a definitive version.
I agree. That does just kind of sound like a definitive version. I was trying to mix the word version and edition for some reason.
Hey, goodies.
On one hand, I understand the whole, like, yeah, let's call our definitive edition something like special or whatever so that it makes sense in context of the game. But on the other hand, I'm like, why can't you all just call it definitive edition? Because I'm so tired of looking up what what the difference is between one version of a game versus another version. And it's like, if you just say, it's this definitive edition, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's the version I need to buy because that's the one that has everything in it.
You gotta love it when a company puts out a game, calls it definitive edition, and it's actually like one of the worst versions.
Yeah.
Ubisoft had that with Rayman Legends on Switch. They put it out and it was like the worst version. Like the load times were insane, but they called it definitive edition. Thankfully, they have patched it now, and it's a fine version of the game with exclusive costumes.
It also now has me wondering if there's been any definitive edition that has had DLC on top of it.
Called definitive edition? I don't know, but Modern Warfare Remastered. Told you Modern Warfare Remastered was a an incentive for buying Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I think it was Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare, probably. If you bought the special edition of that cost more, then you got Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, which everybody was into. Except the only way you could buy it was if you got special edition of Infinite Warfare. And then Activision later released... They said they wouldn't release it on its own. They later did. Even as a box release, like, it's not a digital only thing, it has a full box release on its own. But the game doesn't come with any of the DLC that Modern Warfare had. That DLC was sold separately for a higher price than the DLC originally cost in the original version.
And I'm not surprised that it's Activision that actually has a game like that.
You might think we're going to talk about the recent accusations at Activision Blizzard and all the shit that's come around from that. I'm going to be honest with everybody, I have not read gaming news in like 3 weeks. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
I've read some, but I'm not going to get into it because I feel I haven't read enough to know, but there is some bad stuff. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, I think the point is, like, executives are fuckheads, and been like that for a while. It's coming out that it's always been like that. It's coming out just to what extent it's like that.
And it basically comes down to a thing of, like, a lot of people are like, no, why is only this stuff happening now? And I'm like, it's not that it's only happening now. It's always been happening. It's just... we have more access to more information nowadays than people did years ago. It's easier to gather proof of things, to gather evidence and stuff nowadays than it was years ago.
Easier for people to speak out than it was. Even then, it's still not always easy.
That's also very true.
There, here we go. What's the issue with this floor?
It's like, you love video games, but you hate so many things that happen with
the
video
culture
games.
Around them. Generally hate the industry. It's a horrible industry.
Would you like to rest for a while? I don't trust you, soul.
He'll heal you for ridiculous prices. They will, I think, take
you back to the beginning.
And then take you back from the beginning.
That's what I thought. I was like, those are the souls that they're like, oh yeah, we'll heal you. But
it's gonna give you herpes.
It's like, hey, you want a good time? Trust me, it's not gonna be a good time.
Yeah, you want demon herpes? Like regular herpes, except, you know, you get faces on your body.
Oh, now I understand what happened
Blizzard,
to me then.
Oh
god.
Spyro reignited, maybe? Yeah.
I need to actually look up, like... need to look up what games I have and see, like, if I've actually bought anything from Activision lately. I think the last time I bought anything from Blizzard was probably when Overwatch released, because I bought a copy of it as a gift for somebody.
I have wanted to pick up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 Plus 2, and I just haven't yet. First question of that is, like, am I just happy enough playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 anyway? I haven't bought Crash 4 yet, I don't know when I will. If there's one thing the Insane trilogy really clued me into, is that, you know what, I'm not all that into Crash. Spyro, sure. Crash, eh. And outside of that, like, what does Activision make that isn't Call of Duty? Blizzard, it would be Diablo 3.
I'm actually like looking up. I'm actually looking up a list of Activision games since, like, because I was literally just like, well, shit, I don't remember.
Yeah, for me,
outside of
Blizzard,
Call of Duty,
it would be the Blizzard side. It would be Diablo 3 Eternal Collection. I bought that after I bought Overwatch, and I haven't bought Overwatch since. Hey, get Overwatch on Switch? Nah.
Huh. Apparently, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is technically Activision.
Oh yeah, FromSoft developed it, but it was published by. Thought about that.
Yeah.
That explains why
I
it
didn't
hasn't
buy
dropped
that,
to a
but I was.
It explains why it hasn't dropped to a price I wanted to pay yet.
I haven't bought it, but I was looking into getting it. Let's see, what else do we have?
I want to get it, but
I'm like trying to find a list of games as far as years go, going backwards.
I want to get it, but that's mostly because it takes influence from Tenchu. And I love me some Tenchu. It's like, yeah, you know, I've debated doing that Tenchu stream. Ultimate Alliance 2. I have bought Ultimate Alliance since then. The Ultimate Alliance bundle on PS4 that is no longer available because Marvel took that off again.
The quote that just popped up from your bot.
Good quote. True story.
Yeah, like, going back through this list, I think the last Activision game I might have bought might have been Guitar Hero 3. Like, as far as, like, actually, like, picked up. Not just a game I've been looking at.
God damn it.
Oh shit. Alundra 2 is Activision.
Yep. I've considered doing that as well, because I did Alundra ages ago. And like, despite the hate Alundra 2 gets, I like Alundra 2 and I think it's a solid game.
Huh. Activision published Bloody Roar 3.
Yeah, I've never actually played any of the Bloody Roar games.
I've played one of them years ago. I don't remember much of it, though. Oh, they did Lost Kingdoms. Made by FromSoft, but published by Activision. Of course, Lost Kingdoms 2.
I feel like if Samurai Showdown can get a revival, Bloody Raw has to be coming soon. Then again, Bloody Raw was a gimmick fighter from early 3D. It'd be weird to see whether or not Bloody Raw or Battle Arena to Shinden gets a revival first. That's worrying.
Yeah, going through this list, I think Guitar Hero 3 is the last Activision game I've bought. And I picked that up used for like $1.
See, I've got a bunch. That's one I probably bought was probably Spyro Reignited on Switch. Which, you know, I'll probably complain about that one day.
Oh, no, I take it back. I got DJ Hero. Well, I didn't buy it, it was a gift. But I did have DJ Hero, so that was 2009? Yeah. I guess that's the last Activision game, huh? I don't feel like looking further back than that now that I have my answer.
Aha! You know there's a Toshinden game on, I think, the Wii?
Really?
Yeah. You know what would be nice to see get a proper revival? Virtua Fighter. And like, I know they're putting out Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, but that's really just a port. Like, it'd be cool to see Virtua Fighter come back properly. It's kind of a shame that they're like Sonic Team keep putting out garbage, but like, yeah, no, Virtua Fighter, no, I like that stuff. I'm not going to apologise for saying that Sonic Team produces garbage, because they really do.
It's kind of unfortunate because like,
they really do.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I remember at least growing up, I had fun playing their games.
I had fun with Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is still not really a great game.
Truthfully, I had fun with Sonic Colors.
Sonic Colors is not a bad game. Oh god, I would have fun.
Sonic Generations was decent.
Yeah, but like
the course corridor.
You talk about Sonic Generations, and it's worth remembering Sonic Generations is kind of like low effort. Oh, De Nouveau. I can't believe De Nouveau's still a thing that people, like, publishers put in games after how big people went against it.
Oh shit!
I don't want to go through that.
Hi, Star, and please let's not bring that up.
Hey, Star. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what Star's talking about, and I just want to say we are all better off not knowing.
Oh, look, a bicorn.
And the bicorn said bye.
I can't believe the Sonic team has been allowed to put out such garbage for so long, and that they still get employed. Like, anything else, any other company, any other group, put out that much garbage, they would have been shut down. No, I don't think there's a second E in De Novo. Well, even before the RE8 thing came out, like, it was known to cause performance issues anyway. Publishers don't care.
You know, if Sonic Forces ever drops low enough in price, I might actually buy it just to torment myself on stream. There's a reason why I said torment, Mecha.
No. You see, Sonic 06 can be torment. Sonic Forces is at best just really dull. It's not a fun game in any regard. Sonic 06 you can have fun with because the story is ridiculous and it just keeps getting worse and there's glitches all over the place. But there's also
the Sonic 06 kind of... Go ahead.
What were you saying?
I was going to say, Sonic 06 kind of falls into the category of so bad it's kind of good.
It's not. It's just kind of entertaining to watch it fall apart, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also hints of a good game in Sonic 06. Like, Sonic 06 has decent level design. It doesn't have decent physics to take advantage of that level design. Like, there are good bits about Sonic 06. Sonic Forces is dull and trying too hard and not trying enough. And he's just really stupid. It's like, oh no, Sonic has been defeated and he's gone and we don't know where he is and has been missing for 6 months. Yeah, Dr. Eggman's got him, and he's fine. Eggman's had him locked up for 6 months, and Sonic is just fine. And then Sonic breaks out, and he's fine. But what?
Like, they really couldn't handle Eggman or anyone for 6 months.
It's the stupidest thing, like, oh no, what are we gonna do? We can't do anything without Sonic. And then Sonic breaks out. No reasons given for why you couldn't have done that previously. And with the help of classic Sonic and the new user-created character, basically just dismantles Eggman's entire operation. It's like, why couldn't you have done that previously? It's really dumb. It really is. It's especially dumb because it's taking itself so seriously. It's like we laugh at Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 1 is dumb. We laugh at Sonic Adventure 2 more because it takes itself so seriously. And Forces has that same issue, but it's worse. Yeah, ultimately, it's just not a fun game to play. It's glitchy, it's really awkward to control. It took me 3 hours to beat, despite the fact that I died over 30 times. I think, like, between Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania, like, it really showed that anybody who isn't Sonic Team can make a good Sonic game. Can make a better Sonic game. And that sounds harsh, but Sonic Team has also consistently been putting out garbage for, like, 20 years. And let's be fair with Generations, like, Generations has its moments and can be quite fun. Generations is also kind of the bare minimum.
It really is. Like, they basically were like, oh, everybody likes our past games, so why don't we just make our past games in HD?
Plus, if you compare it, like,
but not like the whole
off...
games, just take a single level.
Mm.
I mean,
should have been more than one level per game. Like, you look at... because it's working off the same idea as Unleashed daytime stages. Unleashed daytime stages were way better. More interestingly designed, there was more going on.
They were. The main thing that frustrated me with that is that, like, they kind of split, like, Sonic had a weird thing going, and I'm not sure if they do it in their newer games too, where it's like, games on this system have different levels than games on this system, and I'm like, what's this now, Pokemon? But with Sonic Unleashed, it's like, if you wanted more daytime stages, you had to buy the PS3 or 360 version of the game.
Yeah,
which I didn't find out until later, and it was kind of like, what?
Yeah, it's actually one thing I do quite like about Unleashed, the Wii version, the Wii PS2 version, is a different game, pretty much. Like, the levels are different. And I like that because the daytime stages are fun. Sonic Unleashed gets a bad rap, and it's not a bad game. It's not great, but it was best that Sonic had had in years. And the Werehog stuff is a competent beat-em-up. It's boring as fuck, but it's competently designed. It goes on too long, but it's competently designed. No, Sonic Marathon 2 is not coming anytime soon. Let's see. Taiwan.
I do have to agree with you about the Werehog levels. It feels weird to be in a Sonic game, and I do agree they are boring, but I also agree that they are competently designed.
I don't want to deal with any.
I feel Unleashed gets a lot of bad rap because people feel that that's around the time frame that everyone's like, oh, Sonic is falling.
Well, Psycho 6 because you had previously.
Yeah, but I mean, you have 06, you had the storybook game, then you have Unleashed, then you have another storybook game.
Like, let's be fair, Secret Rings and Black Knight aren't good.
I remember I got Black Knight at release because I was working at a game store, and I was like, I beat the game in 3 hours. What the fuck?
Yeah, you'd be like.
I love how the. Oh dear.
Like I died over.
I remember very much.
In 3 hours.
I very much remember enjoying how the cutscenes were done in Sonic and the Black Knight, as well as the sound design. But beyond that, it was just like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah, music has always been like the one point Sonic has always kind of nailed.
Which, I mean, like, it took me 2 years to beat Sonic 06. Because of how much it glitched on me and how much of a headache it would give me. But I was like, I was determined to get through it.
What did you play on?
But despite that, I played it on Xbox 360.
Because, like, the PS3 version works.
Fuck.
It was like, oh, did you play it on PS3?
No, I played it on Xbox 360, and I got the Platinum Hits disc because I was like, I hope stuff is fixed in this version. Fixed. Yeah. But, even despite how much frustration I had with 06, I would be lying if I said I didn't listen to the soundtrack over and over sometimes. Because it has a really good soundtrack, despite that. Like, not even just, like, the lyrical music, but the instrumental music is good as well.
I do genuinely think, like, a lot of Sonic's music is really good. Anyway. But I'm this way. I think, like, which way did I go down? Yeah, Sonic's music's generally pretty good. All the Crush 40 stuff is usually good too. Crush 40 still do Sonic music? It's like, I remember Theme of Infinite. I don't know if that was actually Crush 40. It might have been. I remember it felt stupidly edgy.
Now I gotta look this up. If I can actually type. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, Shadow the Hedgehog is a game I really don't want to play on stream. Because you have to beat it 10 times to get the true ending that turns around and says, oh, those 10 other endings you got didn't happen. Terrible.
Yeah.
Like, Shadow the Hedgehog's got some fantastic music. I Am All of Me, Never Turn Back, All Hail Shadow. Some really good songs in Shadow the Hedgehog. I love that they brought back All Hail Shadow to be Shadow's theme in Sonic 06. Kicks ass.
So, Crush 40 did not do that song. Jun Sano, who does a lot of Sonic music, did do the guitars for the song. The vocals and let's see. Oh, the vocals, okay. Were both done by two dudes from a band known as Danger Kids, which is an American metalcore band out of Ohio.
Yeah, I remember listening to Theme of Infinite and looking at the lyrics to make sense of what was actually being said and thinking, wow, this is stupidly edgy. Like, people accuse Shadow of being edgy, and it's like... You got nothing on this.
Yeah, but, like, the thing with Shadow is, like, once he got over his nonsense in Shadow the Hedgehog, it's like a lot of his edginess just kind of died down because he's like, okay, I know who I am.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Shadow is my favorite character in Sonic 06. He just does not give a fuck. Wonderful. Like, Methyles is there trying to screw with him, and Shadow just doesn't. He's great. Love it.
Shadow's like, I've already been through way more than what you're dealing with, bro. It's like, just leave me alone.
Nah, I'll leave it. It's tempted, especially since we got that 250,000.
Yeah, that was a nice little bonus of coming down here, getting the 25,000 or 250,000. My bad.
Go through that fucking corridor. That one. Yeah. Yeah, Sonic music's usually pretty. Always gonna have nostalgia for that Seaside Hill theme from Sonic Heroes.
I do agree. Like, it's a very good song to open up a game with.
Like, it is kind of another Emerald Coast. But, like, yeah, they do something different.
Which is, of course, another one that you have nostalgia for.
I don't really have nostalgia for Adventure. First time I played Adventure was on PS3 and I hated it. Adventure has grown on me over the years. I'm
glad it's grown on you.
Oh, it's definitely grown on me. Just like I have lost a lot of interest in Adventure 2 over the years. I used to think that was the better game, and it's like, really isn't. Adventure is great. Especially like the older version, the older the version of Adventure you can play, the better time you'll have with it. Because every subsequent version just feels like it gets more and more bugs. But hey, can you play this on Dreamcast? Then play it on Dreamcast. You play it on GameCube? That's alright then. What's that? You can only play one of the HD versions? You should probably be prepared for the trouble that'll cause.
So, a fun fact for me, like, the main reason I got a Dreamcast in the first place is because I wanted to pick up a copy of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast. And to this day, I still have not picked up Sonic Adventure 2, but I do have Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah, Steve got a Dreamcast for himself a little while back. Honestly, Adventure 2 on Dreamcast is not worth owning over Adventure 2 Battle on GameCube.
I'm glad to know that. I had an opportunity to get Sonic Adventure 2 at one point at a flea market, but, like, I asked the guy to prove that it worked because he had a working Dreamcast and a TV behind him, and, well, the game didn't work, so I was like, okay, bye. It's like one of those times where it's like, well, you have an actual working thing behind you. Mind proving that this actually works?
I think the only thing you lose with Adventure 2 Battle over Adventure 2 is the big cameos. There's like Big pops up in each stage and you can find him. And there's no point to it, it's just little Easter eggs. And I think that was removed in 2 Battle, but they brought it back in the HD versions. But the sound mix in the HD versions is garbage. Playing the Sonic Adventure 2. You know, it actually reminds me of the Sonic 06 demo, which you can't get anymore. It was removed from the Xbox 360 store. That was better than the final product.
Oh god.
The thought is that it came from a later build of the game, and that the final release of the game was a previous build that was actually more stable. You know, because the deadline for Sonic's 15th anniversary. It's funny to remember that the best game that came out for Sonic's 15th anniversary was Sonic Riders.
Sonic Riders, on one hand, would be kind of fun to go back to.
It's not that Sonic Riders is a bad game. It could do with explaining itself a little better, honestly. How to play it. But, like, Sonic Riders should not be the big success of your anniversary project. Because there was Sonic 06, there was Sonic Riders, and the last game for Sonic's 15th anniversary was Sonic Genesis. A port of the original Sonic game to Game Boy Advance, and it is one of the worst ports you will ever see. Hope it's better in the final release. Oh wait, it's being developed by Sonic Team.
So here's where I kind of have a funny moment for you guys. The first full Sonic game that I remember playing was actually Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. The first Sonic game I actually owned for myself was Heroes.
But yeah, playing that made me want to go back and play the older Sonic games. And then I was like, man, I'm hyped for what comes next. And then I enjoyed Heroes. And then I was like, man, I'm hyped for what comes next. And then
Shadow controlled worse for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, oh hey, the control was kind of slippy in Sonic Heroes. I hope they fixed that. And then they didn't. They just made it worse. Sonic 2 for the Game Gear, oof. That game's bad enough on the Master System. You play it on the Game Gear with all that screen crunch and it's basically impossible.
Like, I remember playing some Sonic game on a Game Gear, but I don't remember what game. I just remember my neighbor had a Game Gear, and I went to like their basketball practice or something at their school because they went to a private school. And like their brother was like, I have a Game Gear, here, try this game. And I don't remember what Sonic game it was, just that I know he was like, oh, it's Sonic. I'm like, what's Sonic?
I have a Game Gear, here, take a look at this. The fuck is this monster? Yeah, but it's in full colour though, yeah, but it's also really fucking huge. Thanks, I'll stick with the Game Boy Pocket.
If I remember correctly, it takes like 6 AAs, or
and we'll
was it like
really quick? Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. It's like, was it 6 AAs or was it like 3 of the D batteries or something? I just remember it was a lot of battery.
I feel like the links might have been D batteries. Master System was the thing to eat with. It's not like the Master System had much of a presence in America. Like, I was a Super Nintendo kid, but like Sega definitely had a better foothold in Europe than Nintendo did. Nintendo kind of screwed that up, especially with the NES.
Yeah, I was a Nintendo kid through and through. Like, my first systems were Super Nintendo and original Nintendo. Even though the Super Nintendo came out shortly after I was born, I remember playing the original Nintendo more than I remember playing the Super Nintendo. Like, I remember playing the hell out of the first 4 Dragon Warrior games. And then we got a PlayStation 1 because Dragon Warrior 7 was on PlayStation 1. And that was like the only game we had for PlayStation 1. And we got an N64 and got a bunch of games for that. And then I only went back to PlayStation because of Final Fantasy VII. Because somebody was like, hey, have you played Final Fantasy VII? I'm like, no, but it sounds similar to Dragon Warrior 7 because I was a dumb kid and was like, hey, 7.
I saw an article pop up on my Discover thing on my phone earlier today. It was like, is Final Fantasy the first JRPG? As I didn't even click on it, but I was like,
what?
fucking no. Like, Dragon Warrior predates that.
Yeah.
The Master System and the Genesis Model 1 were the same thing. Oof. And then there's the SG-1000, which looks a lot like a Master System, but isn't, just to confuse matters.
Oh, jeez. Like, this also kind of goes back to what I was mentioning a little bit ago, of, like, the way things are named and the way things are done. And, like, it causes confusion, because it's like, what are you actually trying to find?
That Sarah probably had some of the worst with that.
Rip Moray sisters.
What was it with the Atari? You had like the 2600, which was retroactively named that. It was the VCS at the time. But then you had like the 800, which was a home computer, and like Atari's home computer line. Then there was the 5600 and the 7800, and then they just started naming their consoles after cats. So there was the Atari Lynx, which was the handheld, and there was the Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
And there was supposed to be one that they were doing called the Panther, which just never happened.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like, was the Panther one of them?
So many collector statues on Model 1 instead of a Model 2. Yeah. There's, the Mega Drive Mini. You can get all the accessories for the Mega Drive Mini, which is kind of a neat thing, because, like, I have the Super Nintendo Mini and the PlayStation Mini, and looking at them, it feels like they're missing something. Because at what point did you ever have a Super Nintendo without a cartridge in it, or a PlayStation without a memory card in it? But like the Mega Drive Mini has the option for accessories, but it's the Model 1 version, so the Mega CD goes underneath it rather than sliding into the side. And it just looks weird to me. I always preferred the one at the side, which had like the latch that opens, rather than the disc tray that slides out like a DVD player. Sega was probably a bit overindulgent with the Mega Drive Mini accessories, because like you can get the mini Mega CD to put under it, and then a 32X to put into it, and then a Sonic 3 and Knuckles cartridge, and then a Sonic cartridge to put into it to create the whole Tower of Power thing. But it was probably overindulgent to make all that. Huh.
Like, thinking back on the whole, like, insert this game into this game, into this game, into this game, I just think of, like, when I was a kid, stacking markers on top of each other and being like, I got a sword. Like, after a while, it's just like, wow, that's a lot.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles was a cool concept. Unfortunately, like, the actual connection isn't as great as it should be. You'd think, like, lock a cartridge onto another cartridge. Really simple to design, but apparently not. Really prone to failures. Right, left. So we got the moon key, which I think is the main goal of this. And here's hoping this is progress. That's devious. It's devious to put that there. Ah, boy.
I looked down for a second, so I didn't see what was there in that corner.
It was the souls that offer you to let you rest.
Oh, yeah, that is. I figured that was probably what that was, because I caught a small glimpse of, like, the silhouettes when I looked back up. But yeah, that's really... That's mean to put that there. It's like you're this far in, it's just like, yeah, let me heal you. And then... Bam, back at the beginning.
We gotta be near the bottom of this. It is.
There we go.
Yes, I will.
Alright.
So I don't know if I mentioned this previously, but the old man in the HD version, voiced by Paul Eiding. Who most people may know as the voice of Max Tennyson from Ben 10.
Interesting.
And also Colonel Campbell, of course, from Metal Gear Solid. Well, I heard that when I was checking out the HD version. I was like, you know, that's actually a real choice.
I see that you are making steady progress in recovering the candelabra. By the way, did you not encounter a large number of souls in this realm? They're the memories of humans in your former world who were purified by death. Even after drifting to the farthest reaches of Amala, they still cannot let go of the past. Many of them were involved with a man that you have met. A man by the name of Hikawa. He is the one who led your world to destruction. You stand here as the result of his acts in the former world. I commend you for making it this far. I wish to tell you something that you, as a human, would not otherwise have learned. About his past and what caused the conception. The headquarters of the Gaia cult. This is where it all started. They were a group who absorbed all forms of doctrine, for they believed they could discover the truth from chaos. But even within that cult, he was regarded as a heretic. Yes, I am referring to the man who changed your destiny, and that of the world. He firmly believed that the ideal cannot be found in reality. That it could only be brought about by one's own hand. And ultimately, he reached beyond the scope of mankind and plotted the creation of the world. Fate is drawn to a strong will, it seems. His plot became reality when he uncovered the scripture of Miroku buried deep within the cult's library. With the scripture in his possession, he reconstructed the spinning drum of Amala. By deciphering the symbols on the drum, he gained access to the Amala universe and learned of the conception, the fated destruction of the world. That incident at the park followed shortly thereafter. You see, for creation to be possible after the conception, certain preparations were necessary. The demons which he summoned were unleashed, and a bloody act of carnage ensued. He decided to take control of the inevitable, the death and rebirth of the world. Some members of the Gaia cult were against him, and the Order of Messiah tried to stop him, but he eliminated both threats at once with the power of his demons. With all opposition removed, he watched as the conception took place. Just as foretold in the prophecy of Miroku. No, just as he planned after unraveling the prophecy. The Assembly of Nihilo was created at that time as well, to aid him in creation. That is what happened in Tokyo. The conception occurred as he planned, and now creation will follow. However, the future is not set. We have yet to see what will happen. The world can be set free from the perpetual cycle of creation. We have faith in you, and will continue to watch you.
So we get the first hints of that reason.
Hey, Clem. You popped in like in the middle of that cutscene.
Okay. So third Kalpa is going to be interesting, but we're not going to get to this for a while.
Yeah, we just finished the second Kalpa.
No, we don't have the candelabrum for it.
Oh yeah. It's been so long, I forgot that we kind of need the candelabra to actually access these things. Have you tried not getting hit, Chrono? Like, I feel this whole tunnel is just like, how many times can we hit you? You obtained 0 Maka.
I'm okay with that.
That was a painful tunnel. Holy crap.
The problem is, like, you can't see.
Well, at least the tunnels, like, don't kill you. At least worst case scenario, it just leaves you with 1 HP.
Oh, that's worrying.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Can we go back? Cause, like, you haven't saved.
No, they're not gonna find me here.
You want to take the voice for this one?
I feel like I'm voicing all the fiends.
Actually, you are.
Yeah.
Except for one. I voiced one of them, but I've been voicing everyone in this stream today.
Yeah, I haven't had to do anything. It's been great. I was honestly there like, shit, am I gonna have to voice a Kawa for this? I don't remember exactly what the Kawa voice was.
I'm just like, yeah, I've been voicing everyone in stream today.
You know, though, if we'd got into Mifune Shiro, though, because I voice I.
You do voice I, but I voice Fudamimi. I was waiting. I was like, okay, where's Fudamimi? Because I know I voice him.
Well met, you was once human. The moment you stepped to this
You want to take Red?
Time is a loop that repeats itself. But we serve as... Ugh, if I can speak, Christ. But we serve as the fallen angel in order to rise above that fate. You wish for the same thing, do you not?
We know that thou art on a quest to retrieve Catalan. We, the 4 Knights of Death, have what thou seekest. Aye, we shall be, if thou canst triumph over it. Chrono, the demi-fiend. You have conquered a number of deaths to reach here. Whether it be you or one of us, it is our master's wish that one survives this battle over the candelabra. And when his wish comes true, he shall make the decision to lead his army to the battle. You have the resolve to face us in battle, even if it may cost you what is left of your humanity.
I like how one of the answers is, I've had enough. Like, imagine getting this far and just being like, okay, I'm done, bro.
I mean, more of a choice than my friends did.
Very well. That is just the answer we were expecting. Then show us the strength that our master stakes our fate on. We, the 4 Knights of Death, shall await you in the Vortex world.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks, buds.
So that is just 3. Which means White Rider, Red Rider, Black Rider for this.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pale Rider will be beyond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since I knew there were going to be 4 riders, it's like, oh, I'll take 2 of them, and then, like, you started speaking for Pale, I was like, okay, that's yours.
No, I shall be death.
Chrono is like, mine.
On that horse sat a Pale Rider. Riders of the Storm. It's like you really can't see anything, so I don't think it's fair that they take health away.
It's like, maybe if you just hug the wall, you won't get hurt. Nope. Well, maybe. Oh, no. It's like every time I'm like, maybe you get hit, so... Oops. You got 36 Maka, though.
God damn it. You have to go down there to activate the 4 riders. Which is why we hadn't seen the White Rider yet.
Wow.
But the shortcut is past the door, which we need the 3 candelabra for.
Wow.
Yep.
That... Oh my god, that's awful.
So when we come back with the 3 candelabra, we're going to have to go through...
all of that again.
Yeah. Have to go through it again, though it will be simpler if we remember the pathway. Because we have the moon key.
Holy fuck, though.
Can I get out this way? Oh yeah, no, I have to talk to the... That's why they're here.
Okay, that makes more sense why they're here now. Here, just drink your worries away. What? Did they didn't take a whole lot out of your wallet, did they?
No, they don't take a huge. It's just more than the 500 marker.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's head to Ginza. Do the heal up. Save it, and then I think the White Rider is in Asakusa.
Alright. Well, if the White Rider's in Asakusa, that'll at least make it easy. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and just make sure we have that save now.
Yeah. I didn't remember one of them being here. Honestly, I've only come here out of force of habit because there's a heal point at Asakusa.
Oh, jeez. It looks like you're still able to get away. It's like, thanks, game.
That's gonna be something for Nick.
Oh boy.
But before we go tonight, because we are going to be going soon, I want to hit Asakusa and buy that last Magatama.
Oh yeah, because we definitely have enough Maka for it now.
Mm-hmm. Go down the same because I don't remember where in Asakusa White Rider's going to be. But White Rider will be in Asakusa. One of them is in Ginza. What do you reckon? Probably not in Ikebukuro. It is. Yeah, probably not in Ikebukuro, because that's where we fought Daisoju.
I'm trying to think of everywhere we've been since the last Fiend.
Last Fiend was Hell Rider, who we fought on the
he was up on the
freeway bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 Fiends have just become available. Taking those all out will put us up to 7. We're probably past the point where we could maybe deal with White Rider, but the others are no guarantee. Even White Rider's not a guarantee. Have to consider it. Sophia. Oh, he sells chakra drops. Yeah, sure, I'll buy 97 of those. Thank you very much. Restock on revival beads. Yeah, chakra drops. That's going to pay for itself. That's going to eliminate the big problem we've had.
Mainly running out of MP.
Yeah, the marathon dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Sophia. Thunderclap. Null's Expel, though, like, some of these are pretty neat. Just Null. Spell. We're almost there with that, and I think I'll replace Fire Breath with... Because we have not had an ice skill for ages. You know, I was really hoping he'd retaliate then. That would have been fun. Hey, yeah, use retaliate on somebody who nulls physical. Head back to the save point. We're gonna leave the fiends for at least until next time. And head back to Mifune Shiro. Where next time we'll be dealing with this and seeing what the mantra are doing in Asakusa.
Also trying to see if we can find a way to get more than 6 experience out of the mannequins.
Yeah, with how weak they are, it's not really a huge issue. Real concern with that is that it's gonna try and lull me into a false sense of security.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's gonna do it for us for tonight. I made a bunch of progress. Did we? Finish off the last pyramid, which we were half done with anyway.
And we made our way through the second Kalpa. I feel we did a lot of good progress.
Yeah, that is pretty much all we did, isn't it? Wasn't anything else.
I mean, we managed to do exactly what we set out to do today. We aren't having to leave any of what we were planning on doing for another stream or anything like that.
Yeah.
I feel like we did good.
Yeah, as we weren't planning on taking on the fiends tonight. It's going to be an experience on its own. You need a little prep. It's probably going to be a death each at least, unless I go in with a very lucky setup. And third Kalpa. Remember the gimmick of third Kalpa?
No, actually, I don't.
Oh, that'll be interesting to get to then. Pain in the ass.
Now you have me concerned.
It's kind of a pain in the ass, honestly. But we'll get to it. We have to get to it. Been true demon ending.
We have to.
To get through the entire labyrinth. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who joined the stream today. Always really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching. Big special thank you to everybody who joined the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Teak, Clem, Crag for the raid. Super cool Crag for the raid. Emily, Star, Signer, Steve, Mr. Josh for the lurk, Aiden Channel for popping in, Phazon. I think that's everybody. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys. Chat is always the best part of the stream. It's very much appreciated. We'll be back next week, 8 PM British Summertime BST, with more Nocturne as we go into Mifune Shiro, and presumably we see the return of Ai. With her Dr. Phil voice. I remember I changed the voice a little when she became a pseudo-fiend. I can't remember what I changed it to. I think it was just that it was calmer, but still with the accent.
Yeah, I know it was still like Dr. Phil, but I think you might have gone calmer. I have to go back and check the old videos.
A large cylinder. Well, with the assembly of Nilo basically torn apart, cylinders shouldn't really be a concern. Unless a cow is keeping one up his ass. It's not a stick he's got lodged up his ass, it's a Amala terminal. Anyway, I also want to give a super big special thank you to ChanceEm for once again joining me for this session.
Thank you so much for having me. I do very much appreciate it.
So good. Definitely give ChanceEm a check if you haven't already. He's a cool dude. Does cool things.
And I appreciate the shout out.
Stuff.
I do play video games, and I want to get through more video games, but life.
I feel that. This part, I'm not entirely sure when I'm actually going to start Chrono Trigger. It's irritating because I want to play it, and it's like I'm tempted to start playing it off stream, but it's like I want to do it on stream as well.
It's always the struggle of like there's so many games, and like sometimes you just don't have the energy to actually stream, and it's like you want to get through the game, and it's like stream game, don't stream game. It's a hard struggle.
If only I earned enough money from this to live on, so I wouldn't have to have a job. Then I could play games whenever I wanted to.
That's definitely a mood.
It's a worrying thought, though, like having this be your primary source of income.
When does something stop being a hobby or a source of fun and becomes like you have to do it or else?
It's not even that, like your entire livelihood dependent on other people spending money on you. It's basically a form of charity more than anything else. And you're depending on the charity of others, and that could dry up at some point. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah. That is actually a really terrifying thing.
Anyway, ChanceEm, are you planning anything during the week?
I have a pretty busy week ahead of me. I have to do some prepping because your boy here got a job. Aside from that, I do want to try and do something with Breath of the Wild during the week at some point.
Oh yes, Master Mode.
That'll probably be nighttime. Nope. This playthrough is not Master Mode. I was doing Master Mode on Wii U, and then I was like,
yeah,
this is just a casual run through of Breath of the Wild on Switch.
I've dabbled a little into Master Mode, and it just doesn't interest me.
My favorite thing with Breath of the Wild is honestly just being able to run around and do whatever I want, and occasionally having the really, really stupid death.
the combat system was better and durability wasn't such an issue all the damn time. It's like, oh yeah, no, enemies hit harder in this and also take more hits to deal with. Okay, cool. Does everything break slower then? No. Well, at that point, that's not a case of skill, is it? It's not about me being good enough to deal with it.
See, I have... Trial of the Sword is like the only thing I did not finish in the Wii U playthrough of Breath of the Wild, but everything else I've 100%ed.
Yeah, I've not beaten Trial of the Sword. Honestly, tried it twice. Died at the same point. I just don't think it's fun.
Yeah, I tried it for like 2 weeks straight in between working and realized that I was basically spending all my time playing something during my off time, my relaxing time, that was just making me angry. So I was just like, I'm good. I've already done everything else in the game. So I mean, like what? Having a fully upgraded Master Sword? What's that going to do for me at this point? So I was like, I'm good to not finish Trial of the Sword.
Yeah, let's be fair, the DLC for Breath of the Wild was underwhelming. And a bunch of stuff that was in the DLC should have just been update stuff. Like the stuff that lets you teleport your horse to you, that shouldn't be DLC.
Yeah, if I knew like exactly how many levels were to each of the challenges, because I've been going through Breath of the Wild like as blind as possible. That probably would have motivated me more to finishing Trial of the Sword.
I just don't care. Why I'm done with Breath of the Wild. It's the issue you've got with the open world game anyway. It's like infinitely less replayable than the old focused design.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go through Ocarina of Time again before I go through Breath of the Wild again. I'll probably go through Ocarina another 3 times before I go through Breath of the Wild again.
But anywho.
Hmm. Not sure what the next Zelda game I'm gonna do will be. I redid Ocarina of Time, I redid Majora's Mask, we did the Redux ROM hack, which was fun. So convenient just having the transformation masks on the D-pad. Unbelievably convenient. And the Ocarina. Transformation mask and the Ocarina on D-pad. Which essentially frees up an item slot to always be the bunny hood, and then you've got 2 other item slots to just have whatever.
That's the real like quality of life type of stuff for games.
No, I have no interest in playing the CDI games. Like, if I'm not going to do Zelda 2, I'm not going to do the CDI games. The effort in getting an emulator to run those would be more trouble than it'd be worth.
Oh, be a real retro player, Chrono. Track down an actual CDI.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't have an actual Super Nintendo at the minute.
But don't you want to, like, play a game that exists currently where Zelda's a protagonist?
No.
I was expecting you to quit back with something like if you wanted that, you would just play Hyrule Warriors.
I played Hyrule Warriors, it was fun. Zelda was barely in it. I had to stop playing Hyrule Warriors. I was going through adventure mode. I beat the story mode, and then I was going through an adventure mode. I was like 70 hours deep into it. I just had to stop. I haven't finished a single
I've been
adventure
realizing.
mode.
I've been realizing that there's been like a Zelda game released on Switch every year for like the last 5 years, and Hyrule Warriors, I think, is the only one. No, both Hyrule Warriors are the 2 Zelda games I still need to get a copy of.
I'd say go with Definitive Edition. Age of Calamity just doesn't look all that interesting compared to Definitive Edition. Definitive Edition has so much content.
I'm gonna get both of them eventually.
I'm
gonna get both of them eventually.
Yeah. Definitive Edition is ridiculous.
I have Hyrule Warriors on Wii U.
Get ready to unlock all the DLC stuff. It's like the Wii U version, like you got all the DLC and it's just there. Switch version rebalances it all and redistributes it all throughout the adventure mode.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. It's like you want to play a Skull Kid, better find him in adventure mode. I don't think I actually have all the characters unlocked yet. Like, I don't think I have Marin. I don't know. I definitely don't have Toon Zelda.
I'm forever just going to be over here mentioning about how it's a shame that the Oracle and Minish Cap villains aren't in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I think it would have been more interesting than another version of Link and another version of Zelda. Like, Toon Link didn't need to be there, Toon Zelda didn't need to be there. Varsity would have been a cool idea. And, like, of all the characters you could have from Twilight Princess, the one game in the series that has a cast of characters that look like they could actually do something. Why go with Agatha? Like, why not Ashe? This is a rabbit hole that I don't really want to go down right now.
Yeah, we're just kind of sitting here staring at the cylinder being like, let's talk Zelda.
Yeah. We can't have an updated version of Varan, she'd be too hot.
Nintendo would be like, oh no, we have to change the rating on our game.
You can say Twilight Princess's cast is bad, but you know, at least they had a cast.
I'm forgetting her name, but I like the owner of the bar.
Thelma.
In Twilight Princess.
She's Thelma and the cat's called Louie. I like Twilight Princess. Yeah, I would not say that. There's even her name.
I'll give Twilight Princess this. It had a lot of really pretty designs in it, even though it was like sepia toned.
I don't remember the girl's name, but like I wouldn't say she was memorable. I'd say Colin was more memorable than she was.
Ilia?
Yeah, there you go, Ilia, thank you. Like, hey, look, it's annoying Mallow.
And I think...
And then she gets amnesia.
And the weird merchant baby.
Who's called Mallow.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a second, isn't his name Malin?
No, it's Mallow.
Mallow. That's what I... Okay.
Honestly, I enjoyed Twilight Princess. Going through it for stream on the HD version was fun. I enjoyed it more than
That's
I
another
enjoyed going
one.
through Wind Waker HD.
That's another I need to track down, is the HD version of Twilight Princess.
Like, for all the problems Twilight Princess has, unlike Wind Waker, it doesn't feel padded or put down. It's like Wind Waker was obviously cut down to be pushed out on release date, and a lot of the content was made up with padding specifically, more than anything else, to Triforce on. And for all the Twilight Princess problems, it never feels like that.
There was actually a question I saw asked recently of, like, if you could have the memory of any game wiped from your brain so that you could go back through and play it for the first time again at the age you currently are, what game would you choose, and do you think your, like, views on it would change now?
The problem with that is like saying you go back and redo any game from your past, but you're only forgetting that game, not any games that came after it. So, oh yeah, no, forget Ocarina of Time, but you'd still remember Majora's Mask and everything. And like, there's so many caveats to that question. Linearity isn't necessarily a bad thing.
As long as, like, the linear aspect is done in an actual good way.
Let's be fair, Ocarina is almost exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is it just doesn't take as long to get going. There's really the big difference.
Once you
in
become
every regard. Ocarina doesn't take as long to do anything.
When you get to being an adult, though, you can kind of do the dungeons in any order. Although it does make a lot more sense if you go in a specific order.
I think you need the bow for the water temple.
Yeah, it's kind of that thing of, like, you can do fire or forest. Wow, I can speak. Fire or forest first. Has a lot of F's. You do one of those first, then the other one second, then water, and then you can do shadow or spirit in either order, possibly. As long as you've done the well before you do spirit.
You need the hover boots to get to the Desert Colossus.
I take that back.
Actually, do you? The long shot. No, I think you go over all the quicksand. You need the hover boots to get to the merchant on the flying carpet. I don't think you need to get across the haunted wasteland.
Actually, I take it back. You don't, because I remember Teak playing the randomizer, and we did the Shadow Temple last. Because the hover boots were the last item in the temple. So, like, we had to do all the, basically the speedrun tricks to get over the areas that required hover boots. So it is possible to do all that without hover boots.
Anyway, Twilight Princess was a fun game and I enjoyed it. I think it'd be nice if Nintendo would do another Zelda like that again. They seem to be focused on making Zelda a different thing now. And like, you had the presentation where they were like, yeah, here's Skyward Sword HD. It's the last Zelda of this kind we designed. It's like, why? Breath of the Wild's design isn't better. Bring dungeons back, you cowards.
I do very much miss the dungeon aspect. And I hope Breath of the Wild 2 has it, but I'm doubtful.
We'll see. I also wish, like, games journalism sites would stop acting as though Breath of the Wild was this unattainable peak set in the Switch library. And it really irritated me recently. There was a bunch of articles with a game recently. I think it might have been Monster Hunter Rise. It was like, this is the game that we've been after since Breath of the Wild. Or something like that. It's like, Breath of the Wild is not that good. Breath of the Wild is not the best game on Switch.
And Skyward Sword is Zelda, oops, all dungeons. You're not wrong, Teak. It's a very pretty game, though.
Weird seeing that run at 60. I was watching Teak do it the other day. It looks weird seeing it that smooth. Oh. And I'll go back to Zelda at some point. Maybe do another run of Ocarina. I did Majora's Mask Redux last time, and I do actually have a similar ROM hack for Ocarina that does similar things for it. Although it's not as big an improvement as Majora's Mask because it doesn't work, the game doesn't play the same way. But it's still kind of nice. Speed the text up. Game going quicker.
Yeah, this just made me realize I have like 2 months until my birthday. Last year on my birthday, I did a 12-hour playthrough of Trauma Center: Second Opinion.
I remember.
Maybe this year I should do another, just play a game straight for like 12 hours again.
Ah yes, the full playthrough of Trauma Team.
No. I love Trauma Team, but no. I think I'd die if I tried that.
It's like, hey, place your bets. How long before ChanceEm collapses? Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for my birthday this year, if I'm gonna stream or anything. I don't know what's going on with it. Kind of in chaos at the minute.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you plan to do or plan not to do or whatever, the important thing is just to make sure you have a good birthday.
And don't spend it in work.
Do not spend it in work. That is my one rule I always have for myself.
Oh, we'll all Arctic.
It's like y'all can... It's like, you can have me any other day, but you aren't going to have me on my birthday.
Yeah, I had to work once on my birthday, and my worker went on his honeymoon around that time, and it was like, trying to get around it.
And there was a retail job that I asked for my birthday off, and my manager threw the biggest fit over it. I'm like, I never ask off. I'm always picking up other people's shifts, but the day that I'm just like, I want my birthday off because it's my birthday, like, manager is just like, no.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, then I'm just not coming in. I mean, I'm giving you a month advance notice, so...
I'll be conveniently sick. Why? Oh, well, the minute clock hits midnight and it's my birthday, I'm gonna start drinking. Anyway, let's wrap up. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream.
Been, like...
Yeah, no, I've been doing this for like 15-20 minutes.
It's like we've been rambling for like 30 minutes.
I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. And of course, a big special thank you to ChanceEm for joining me once again on the mic.
Thank you for having me once again.
Nocturne will be back next Sunday, 8 PM British Summertime BST, which is 5 PM Eastern Summertime, Eastern Daylight Time.
It's 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
It's sometime. We're not quite sure when.
It's something.
Yeah. Regularly check your emails on Sundays and just check Twitch in case you're not getting notifications. We will be back next Sunday. Where are we going? So good. Okay. ChanceEm, anything you want to say before we go?
Not much beyond, stay safe, take care of yourselves. Don't do stupid things unless you think it's going to be funny. But as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. But be safe. And thanks for hanging out again.
Remember, stay in drugs. Don't do school.
Read your milk and drink your books.
Yep. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching, guys. Everybody have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.
See ya.